Welcome back to the Freak Show. I'm Finley, and today we are going to learn about something that was very divisive in my last relationship. My ex was, put it mildly, fucking addicted to Warhammer. So I'm here to learn about it. Maybe I'll love it too, who knows?
On the internet, the time has come. The reckoning begins. Your boy got himself a shaker cup. After many months of shilling gamer subs like mad, my favorite thing to do, we have ourselves a goddamn shaker cup. It's here, the official Bricky waifu shaker cup. Do you see the gal on here? If it's not great at focusing, I'm sure there'll be a thing in the background. Skater.
Also, I was recommended this guy. If he is not the best guy to learn from, let me know in the comments because I am baby. I am baby. I have no idea what the fuck is going on here. Yeah, I just looked up like Warhammer stuff and he came up, and this is every single Warhammer Space Marine Legion. So I think that's all of the like good guys, right? Yeah, I think that's all of like the protagonists. So we're gonna learn about Protagonist Kun.
Put a thing in the background. Long white hair, absolutely. A bit more toned, abs, obviously. Bikini, hit it. Legally distinct mark on the face, of course. She wants you to do the diddle thing,
sexy.
maybe, but most likely to serve in a glorious army. Legally distinct? I think so. The Bricky Shaker Cup is available now, and you should get it while it is hot. But if you're thinking, Bricky, what should I put in this? Well, how about my top 10 favorite gamer subs flavors from number 1 to number 10? All of them incredible, but listed regardless, and an addendum for those that are caffeine free. This shaker cup is available now in the description of this video. You may use code Bricky as well at checkout to get a discount on your order. A massive amount of profits goes to yours truly, and a huge thank you to Gamer Subs for sponsoring and for getting me this beautiful cup. Go out there and get it. I'm gonna take one more sip for the camera, slow it down, throw some sexy music in there, and I'll see you guys soon.
Okay, I just realized I should probably tell you guys what I do know about Warhammer. There's an emperor. I think he's dead. Yeah, I think he's dead. And then I think these are the good guys. And then there's like orc guys. And those are like the bad guys or whatever. And I know that armies are like massive. Because he used to have these like little peanut figure thingies. And he had like a lot of them. So yeah, that's what I know. Yeah. That's what I know, chat, okay? But we're gonna learn more.
Hello everybody, my name is Bricky, currently stuck in the walls of the most prodigious school in the Imperium by punishment for falling asleep during class. God bless the Skull of Virginia. Many of you have come across my Every Faction Explained video. Firstly, thank you. Secondly, we are here to dig a little deeper. Space Marines are the quintessential poster boys of Warhammer 40,000. When people think 40K, they think Space Marines. But there are many types of Space Marines, formed from 20 separate legions. We are going to rattle them off in order and give you a quick rundown of each one. A disclaimer, like in my Every Faction Explained video, this is a mix of accuracy and memes. If I say the Salamanders Legion specializes in hugging children and petting puppies, they aren't exactly doing that, mostly.
Oh shit.
I would like to pet this creature.
But you can infer that they care about civilians and are a bit kinder than the average Space Marine. A Space Marine being a genetically modified super soldier that's had 1 million new and terrifying organs shoved into them, refrigerators strapped to their bodies, and are so far above the average human that they are referred to as demigods instead. Each Space Marine has a father, unlike you, a Primarch, which is basically an even bigger Space Marine that was forged in a lab by the God Emperor of mankind, that gigantic golden dude you see everywhere, who is both the leader and now the martyr of humanity. The Primarchs are his 20 sons, built in a lab, who lead 20 legions of Space Marines, who are their sons. Not from a lab, but
got 20 sons. How many daughters does he have? Because, like, what are the odds that you just have 20 sons in a row? You've got to have some daughters too, right? Like, statistically, right? Yeah, let me know if he's got daughters. Are there any women in Warhammer? I don't know if I ever saw any. Like I said, my exposure to this is from my ex who used to play the game. Well, he probably still plays the game, but like we don't exactly keep in contact. I don't know if I've ever seen any women in this game. What the fuck? Racist. I mean, sexist.
Rather a dissection table, giving them the powers and skills of their associated Primarch via a gene seed, a special organ carrying the genetic makeup of their Primarch and, you know, their seed. So if Jagatai Khan of the White Scars has the genetic makeup that wants him to go really, really fast, then his sons, the Space Marines, also want to go really, really fast. I should note that I am only referring to the legions this time around. Like, if you're interested in sub-factions like, let's say, the Black Templars, then it's not going to be here. However, I do have a excellent Black Templar video. I'd argue it's...
Am I watching the wrong video first? Wait. Let me back that up, because you said there's a difference between legions and what?
So want to go really, really fast. I should note that I am only referring to the legions this time around. If you're interested in sub-factions like, let's say, the Black Templars, then it's not going to be here. However, I do have a excellent Black Templar video. I'd argue it's...
Oh, okay. I might need some explanation in the comments if anybody here knows. Sub-faction, so like, does it go... In organizational, does it go like legions and then factions and then sub-factions? Like are those under legions? How does that work? Yeah, how does that work?
It's probably the most accurate one I can think of. It goes through the whole lore, everything about them. It's a very long video, and I'll put it in the description. Just look up Black Templar video in the description. You'll get what you need. And now, with the easy explanation out of the way, let us begin with our first legion. Dark Angels. Allegiance? Loyal. Primarch Lion L. Johnston, a duelist.
Okay, wait. What does it mean when it says loyal? Loyal to what? Like the Emperor? Wait, but didn't you say the Emperor's their dad? I'm a little bit confused. I am slightly confused. Maybe I'm watching the wrong video. I'm just gonna let it rock. I'm sure it's fine. I'll learn.
A knight. A real asshole, I'm not gonna lie. The single word descriptor? Paranoid. The Dark Angels are our first legion, hailing from the death world known as Caliban. Their Primarch, Lion L. Johnson's what happens when you try to make the side profile Chad meme into a genuine character. He is a master tier duelist, a brilliant strategist, and an overall dick. There are
He's kind of sexy though.
Lion L. Johnson's what happens when you
Wait.
try to make the side profile Chad meme into a genuine character. He is a
Yeah, he's kind of daddy, right? With like the long flowing hair and stuff. He's kind of daddy. I kind of like him. A big sword. What are you overcompensating for, sir?
master tier duelist, a brilliant strategist, and an overall dick. There are few situations he isn't prepared for, and few fights he isn't ready to lead head on. This makes the Dark Angels have a very Knights of the Round Table vibe. They look like the Knights of old with these large suits of power armor, often donning robes and hoods. Their names also follow this. They have like Ezekiel, Azrael, Belial, Samuel, and so on. However, the common thing associated with Dark Angels are the Fallen, a part of their faction that turned traitor against the Imperium, and they are very heavily trying to expunge all knowledge of them from existence. Fallen? What Fallen? Never heard of any Fallen. Do you know about the Fallen? We're gonna take you away and mind probe you to make sure you have never heard of the Fallen. They definitely don't exist, and if they do exist, which they don't, we will find them even though they don't exist.
Wait, what does this kind of sound like what's going on now with our government? No, you didn't see that. And if you did see that, you saw that wrong. So, like, don't worry. You never saw it. So it's just not a problem. Sus.
Love their interrogations. They thrive in it. Lionel Johnson is a scorched earth policy sometimes, and it's given to his sons in force, which makes sense considering that when the Lion heard of a Chaos Primarch on a homeworld different Primarch, whose mom was there, he was like, let's nuke it. The Dark Angels are a special group where they formulate themselves into 3 different factions. The Deathwing Terminators, slow-moving, tough phalanx. The Raven Wing, fast jet bikes and flyers. And the Green Wing, which is your standard Marines. They are a jack of all trades, but not in the sense where they're good at everything, but rather they have
I'm pretty sure I've seen those green guys before, like painted. Yeah, I'm pretty sure my ex had those painted.
a lot of things that are good at specific things. Like instead of 20 people that have a multi-tool, they instead have 20 people with gigantic power tools for every job imaginable. If you like being suspicious about everyone and everything in your surroundings, but you also like to have a whole lot of deep knight type lore, run the Dark Angels.
The One Piece! The One Piece is real!
Our second legion is a special one.
If you can see, the numbers all go to 11.
Wait.
The Emperor's
What happened to 2? I feel like that's an inside joke, but I don't have the inside knowledge. What? If you're still here watching and you know what happened, please tell me in the comments because I'm confused.
children. Allegiance, traitor. Primarch, Fulgrim, a perfectionist, an artist.
Okay, that drip though. Look at
The
this
numbers
drip.
all
This
go
drip
to
is
11.
immaculate.
The Emperor's
Wait,
children. Allegiance, traitor. Primarch,
that's some nice coloration. I like that a lot. And that sword is peak. Yeah, no, low-key this drip is actual, like, fire. This is gas.
Fulgrim, a perfectionist, an artist, a sneaky snaky snake. And the single word descriptor, perfection. The Emperor's children are all about the pursuit of perfection. Perfection in all they do. Perfection in war, in artistry, and perfection in every other aspect of life. Their armor is a gleaming pink, purple, and gold. Their ships have spires of gorgeous marble and gold statues in their honor. Fulgrim is a man who believes the pursuit of perfection is the goal of all things. And I mean, look at him. Can you truly tell me that he is not perfect?
He is beautiful. And honestly, like, even with this small overview, I feel like this would be the Legion for me, not just because of, like, the colors, which I love, but, like, growing up and being in, like, gymnastics and stuff, there's always, like, you literally get points off if you're not perfect. And so having that like predisposition towards like OCD and perfection, I feel like these guys are going to be the most relatable to me.
The hair, the features. As Primarchs go, he is the one you look at, and if 40K had a guy that would give you the best sex you've ever had and never call you back, this is the fucking guy. Which
Daddy.
is why this pursuit of decadence led them to the evils of chaos. Yes, Emperor's Children are our first Chaos Legion, and not just a normal one. One devoted to, you guessed it, Slaanesh, the Prince of Pleasure, God of unspeakable
There, that's a hot lady. That's not a man.
excess. The Emperor's Children in their pursuit are now horrifyingly mutated beings through Slaanesh's great will. They torture and maim to feel perfection through pain. They screech and attack with sonic weaponry for perfection through sound. And they slaughter, aiming for perfection in war. Fulgrim himself lost the battle against Slaanesh as a demon sword corrupted his mind and transformed him into the sexy man he was, into the sexy snake he is now. A demon Primarch, corrupted and bringing his legion's will by himself. As far as Emperor's Children go, they are some bad people. They do horrible things to anyone and everything. In fact, they're such trolls that their battle cry is for the Emperor, despite being horribly mutated and corrupted. If you've ever taken a little too much
I love that, for the Emperor, except we're not for him.
of a drug, or maybe the music at a concert was too loud and you didn't bring any earplugs, or whatever the reason, you just take all those things and you dial it and you dial it and you twist it and the knob breaks. And that is the Emperor's Children.
God is dead. God, we means dead. And we have killed him.
The Iron Warriors. Allegiance, traitor. Primarch, Perturabo, a warlord, a siege smith, an incel. Single word descriptor?
These guys are not as
siege.
pretty.
Continuing the trend of our Chaos Legions, we have the Iron Warriors led by Primarch Perturabo of Olympia. To understand the Iron Warriors, though, one must first understand Perturabo. A man so bitter, coffee beans run for light. A man who hates the world and everyone in it, who never got recognition for his deeds, who hates his brothers and hates their accomplishments even more. Someone so laughably petty, so incredibly bitter that he goes full circle to becoming likable. Why? Because he's competent. The Horus Heresy. We didn't talk about the Horus Heresy. Intermission.
No, I don't know what that is.
So Horus was the Emperor's favorite son, right? You know, so the Emperor walked into his room. Horus said, Dad, I just gifted 150 subs to Amaranth, and she said my name a ton, and she loved me for it. I really think that I might get to meet her one day. And it kind of played out something like this.
Your feelings for her are not real. They are real to me.
And then it started playing out a little bit more like this.
Let the seas boil. Let the stars fall. So it takes the last drop of my blood.
Yeah. So Iron Warriors, the
Wait.
Horus Heresy wouldn't.
So he went to war with his father over a woman. I know it wasn't actually Amaranth, but like, what?
Have gotten shit done without Peter Turbo. Imagine an entire faction that is the personification of brutal industrialism, where you serve the Legion until your dying breath. You build and you kill and you siege and you kill and you literally summon demons just to take them and trap them in machines and use them as cannon fodder. This is a thing they do. They summon demons to trap and use as shock troops. The Iron Warriors are siege warfare incarnate. They are heavy weapons, they are tanks, they are turrets, and they don't die. They hate Imperials, they hate Imperial Fists.
Do you need a pacifier, Iron Baby? No, I don't.
They are bitter incarnate. Perturabo and the Iron Warriors don't serve the Chaos Gods because they like them. They serve them because fuck you.
Come on, guys. Let's go.
Not another speeding ticket. I'll fight it in court, but I don't think they're gonna accept gotta go fast as a medical condition.
The White Scars. Allegiance, Loyalist. Primarch, Jagatai.
Gotta go fast as a medical condition. Oh my god, I love that. Wait, why does this guy look like one of those? He kind of looks like a Hun. Like the Chinese guys, right? Is that racist? I don't mean that in like a racist way. I mean that like literally. Wait, I think I'm thinking, wait. I think I might be racist. I think I might be thinking of Genghis Khan, which I don't think is related to the Huns at all. Fuck. The education system has failed me.
Icon, a speed demon, a plane strider, a roast god. Single word descriptor, speed. Hailing from Chagoris. The White Scars are all about speed. They love melee, but they love it even more when they are doing it from a motorcycle or land speeder. Or
Okay,
honestly, just running really damn fast.
That's
The White
cool.
Scars are honestly forgotten about a lot, and that's lore accurate. They are a legion that doesn't seek the recognition or glory from the combat they engage in. They engage in it because it is their duty and because they love it. Not in the insane slaughter enjoyment of loving it, but in the thrill of the fight. They are known as the Laughing Killers because they ride into battle with a smile on their face and a chuckle in their throat.
So they're insane. Relatable. So they're just like, right? They're just like driving in and then just like hee hee ha ha. Hee hee ha ha. Hee hee ha ha. That's kind of, I mean, that's kind of peak. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of gas.
And as you can tell by their Primarch's name, they are Mongolian based. Remove horses and replace them with motorcycles and land spears, and that's your style. They're heavily based on the old times of Genghis Khan, and consider this is 40k and everybody's evil.
I am so smart. The education system did not fail me. Hell yeah.
Now that fits. The White Scars are actually physical scars on their body, going back to their heritage on Chagoris. The Khan himself is kind of a dickhead, but a reasonable one. He thinks ahead, he's intelligent, he's patient. He is often underestimated because he doesn't scream his accomplishments from the rooftops, which is what makes him and the White Scars dangerous. His skills are kept at bay, only to be truly shown when the time is needed. The White Scars are a forgotten legion often, but that doesn't diminish their accomplishments. All it does is surprise those who underestimate them. Speed, awesome Mongolian vibe they got going on. And if you really like to stab people, that's the White Scars for you. Shameless thirst break.
This is dog. Woof, woof, woof.
Oh, wait. Okay, I actually do know who these guys. These are like the space furries, right? They're the blue ones. I think they're blue, and I think they're like space furries because my ex used to have an army of them, and I like don't actually remember anything about them other than they're like furries, I guess.
Bitch. The Space Wolves. Allegiance, Loyalist. Primarch,
Oh wait,
Leman Rust.
they're like werewolves, right? Yeah, I think they're like werewolves. I'm pretty sure.
A Viking, a Savage, the Undertaker. Single word descriptor. Wolf, 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 wolf. There's so many goddamn wolf units. Skater, how many units in the Space Wolves Codex have the word wolf in their name? The Space Wolves are the 6th Legion and hail from Fenris, a frozen wasteland of a world with their Primarch, Leman Russ. I don't really need to spend a whole lot of time talking about the Space Wolves because it's very obvious who they are. They are the second most obvious what their shtick is legion in the 20 legions besides the World Eaters. When you look at the Space Wolves behind, what do you see? Do you see Vikings in space? You've done it. Congratulations, you have found Vikings in space. But they have as much in common with a regular Marine as an old-day Viking with like a Roman soldier. You see, as a Space Marine, your body is so enhanced that you filter out poison, and so you can't get drunk. The Space Wolves distill a special mead out of a horrible poisonous plant that would kill a normal human so they could get drunk. They have fangs.
That is actually diabolical. That is unhinged. They can't get drunk, so they fucking poison themselves. What?
In their mouths. They sometimes cannibalize their enemies. Sometimes they eat people because they gain knowledge about them from there and about battle plans.
Fucking excuse me? They like eat their brains like they're fucking zombies or some shit, and then they consume their knowledge? That's actually insane. That's actually crazy.
The Space Wolves are savages. They're raiders. They're Vikings. But despite all of this, they are loyal to their core. Leman Russ is an egotistical guy who just shouts stories and tales of his accomplishments everywhere they can. But at the same time, he was so damn loyal that instead of gunning down his foes, he hit him with a fucking backbreaker to show his devotion to wrestling. If you want Vikings in space, you found it. Play the Vikings in space.
We're gonna build the wall. We have no choice. We have no choice. Build that wall. Build that wall. Build that wall.
The Imperial Fists. Allegiance, loyalist. Primarch, Rogel Dorn. A builder, a phalanx, and he needs a hand. Single word descriptor, fortify. The Imperial Fists are led by Primarch Rogel Dorn, their homeworld of Inuit. However, they themselves are actually a fleet-based chapter, with their main source of recruitment coming from an enormous moon-sized ship called the Phalanx. The Fists are a chapter you think of when you think of duty. They love to serve. The love to serve and the inability to be moved.
They're like your classic, like, Marine guy.
Rogel Dorn is an architect,
a
master
he
builder, and basically a rock in brain and body. A lack of humor or ability to lie shows that he is as blunt as the weapons of war he creates. Not the swords he makes, but like blunt, strong weapons. The Fists are the same. Take your archetypical American Marine style look, a buzz cut, a hard sense of duty, and throw in some power armor and a love for building defenses, and you have the Imperial Fists. They are immovable. When you find a spot, they're ready to defend. You can't breach them. Their knowledge of defensive warfare is paramount. Without them, the Horus Heresy would have been so much more effective, but thanks to their insane and immovable tenacity, the Imperium lives today. And let's not forget that Iron Warrior and Imperial Fist rivalry. Want to know why the Iron Warriors are so bitter? These guys are the reason why.
Hey guys, bring the thing!
Wait, do they have like a cartoon or like an anime that I should watch? What is this from?
Hey! Hey, that could have killed me! Hey guys! We missed! Get another!
Dorn and Perturabo are basically two sides of the same coin. One is just a bit more level-headed and got better jobs. If you want to be defensive, to be good at everything Space Marines are good at, bolters, heavy weapons, vehicles, you want a classic military fighting force, start fisting.
I am having a very bad day.
You didn't have to say it like that.
Today is one of the worst days.
Oh boy. Oh boy, here we go. The Night Lords. Allegiance, heretic. Primarch Conrad Kurz, a sadist, a vigilante, depresso espresso.
Are they vampires? Because Loki, that guy kind of looks like a vampire.
Single word, fear. The Night Lords are my favorite legion, hailing from Nostromo and their Primarch Conrad Kurz. They are a traitor legion from a planet known as the Sunless World, or the World of Endless Night.
They're vampires.
Nostromo is a horrible hive city that is known for being host to some of the worst gang violence, murder, and working conditions around. The only thing keeping the population in check is the suicide rate. The Night Lords followed in the footsteps of their Primarch, a man who believed in a twisted sense of justice and that the only way to make humans compliant is through fear. The Legion's lesson has been lost on them, as their ranks were repopulated by gang members, murderers, arsonists, torturers, and other words I can't say on YouTube, as young as 12
like bad
years
guys.
old. Murderers before they were even teenagers.
These kids were out here fucking killing people at like 11 years old. That's diabolical.
Creatures raised to become demigods. Now, fear is what they sow and flesh is what they reap. The Night Lords are scum. They are the exact opposite of all other legions. They torture and they maim and they flay because they think it's fun. They run away often so they can come back and kill you with more numbers. They prey on the innocent and the weak. They kill normal civilians because it's easy and flee any battle where they don't possess overwhelming odds. They are the antithesis of normal Space Marines. They are scum. One time, a world did not comply to their demands, so they raided one of their ships and brought it into atmosphere. The crowds cheered and clapped as it appears that they had won the battle, and the airlocks opened and the skinned and flayed bodies of the crew were thrown down in the populace.
What the actual fuck? These guys are like actually evil, like diabolically evil. That's crazy. That's fucking insane.
Other words, a legion of gangers and criminals. Add together a heavy Slavic influence to them, and you've got my favorite faction.
You have not done the dishes for 5 years. So embarrassed when people come over here.
What does it matter? You bring them over, you kill them. Vampires don't do dishes.
The Blood
Wait, so
Angels.
these are vampires? I thought the last guys were
Loyal.
vampires.
Primarch, Sanguinius. An angel, a vampire, a dead-ass motherfucker. Single word descriptor, blood. The Blood Angels are 9th Legion, hailing from the homeworld of Baal with their Primarch, Sanguinius. The Blood Angels are a tragic tale with one of the best Primarchs, one beloved by almost everybody, a genuine angelic figure who led his people to glory, killed by the hands of the traitor Horus before the Emperor's eyes. The death of their Primarch led the entire Legion to madness as their gene seed malfunctioned and created something known as the Black Rage. The Blood Angels degrade over time, experiencing something called the Red Thirst, which gives them a genuine vampiric thirst for blood. As their minds degrade and break down, they get angrier and angrier, becoming berserk killing machines with no other goal than to tear everything in sight apart.
So, okay, so basically they were like normal vampires, and then their like daddy died or whatever in the Horus heresy, and now they're just like absolutely insane vampires. Is that kind of like how that worked? It sounds like.
But they don't see it as that. They see themselves there at their Primarch's demise with Horus in sight, and to them it's time for vengeance. That Space Marine over there, that Chaos Space Marine, that's Horus. Kill him. That Orc War Boss over there, Horus. Kill him. That Tyranid Swarm, 1,000 Horuses. Horai. Kill them all. Did your toast come out a little bit burnt? Horus sabotaged your toaster. Destroy the toaster.
So they're
Destroy it.
paranoid.
Do it. Kill your toaster. Do it. This slow, debilitating disease takes over the Blood Angels, and it gives them this angelic, vampire, and Catholic-inspired imagery. They have chalices of blood. They rest in coffins and can even use psychic powers to sprout angel wings from their bodies. They are a tragedy through and through, and the only thing that will look more tragic are the mangled bodies of those they come in contact with.
I got a diesel engine, and honey, we forgot to mention, we're gonna take your job away.
The Iron Hands. Allegiance, loyalist. Primarch, Ferrus Manus, a machinist, an inventor, and not a great head on his shoulders. Single word, bionics.
Oh, so he's like
The Iron Hands are from the home planet of Medusa and their Primarch, Ferrus Manus. Does
Like a
Ferrus
cyberpunk
Manus have an
guy.
iron hand? You fucking know he's got an iron hand. The Iron Hands believe that the flesh is weakness. But despite all of their enhancements, despite all the things that made them demigods, replacing some of the flesh with bionics will allow them to serve the Emperor more.
Wait, so they really are like a cyberpunk kind of guy, right?
Go hard into vehicles and dreadnoughts. Dreadnoughts being giant walking sarcophagi that have wounded Space Marines piloting them from the inside. Vehicles, metal upgrades. These are the things that make up this legion. Their tech marines have servo arms sticking out from all directions. They have a wide array of mechanics and extremely often replace limbs with metal ones, serving all kinds of different functions to deal with their enemies. The Iron Hands are also not particularly nice. They're kind of assholes. I mean, Marines are already normally pretty big assholes, but they're a little bit up there because of their flesh, civilians made of flesh, because these.
Oh, so they're like elitists, right? They're like, oh, well, you aren't part Mecha Man, so you are stinky fucking human. Get away from me, you piece of dog shit, right?
See, the flesh is weak. Flesh is corruptible. Bionics, the strength of the machine is pure and cannot so easily be corrupted. So if you want people who have this little techno-fetishistic vibe to them, that love their vehicles and their walking coffins, hit up the Iron Hands.
Understand, Commander, I was never here.
Legion 11.
Another one. Wasn't it also 2? Okay, you guys have to tell me what's wrong with 2 and 11.
Why, hello there.
'Cause I don't get
returned
it.
from touching grass. I know. I'm pretty cool with the grass touching. And now let's continue our Warhammer lecture.
This ruffles my jammies.
Why?
Okay, so what's going on here?
I am a super sandwich!
The World Eaters. Allegiance, Heretic. Primarch, Angron. A butcher, a slaughterer.
Like extremely, earth-shatteringly, unreasonably fuck-ass mad.
Single word descriptor, anger. Hey you! Yeah, you! Are you
Fuck-ass
mad? Do you
mad.
just fucking hate everything? Do you want to murder everything in sight and get rewarded for doing so? Then you should join the World Eaters. Home planet of Nuceria and Primarch Angron, who, if the name didn't suggest, is real fucking angry. Angron was raised a slave, forced to fight in gladiator pits. When he refused, they shoved old world tech into his brain so that if he ever felt any emotion other than anger, it caused him extreme pain. All his sons, wanting to be like their dad, also put a version of these nails in their brain. So now you have an entire legion who literally feel unimaginable pain if they are feeling any emotion other than anger. Slap them with a freight train of armor, 2 goddamn chainsaw axes, and you can see what's gonna happen. It's no wonder.
Wait, a chainsaw axe sounds based. Are they gonna? I hope they show me one. That sounds awesome.
Wonder they're corrupted by corn. They're honestly a surprisingly.
Wait, did he just say corrupted by corn? What the fuck's wrong with corn? Am I missing something? Why would eating corn corrupt you? Alright, well, okay.
Sad Legion? That I actually screwed up in assuming that they were all just angry murderers. I mean, they are. But they didn't start out that way. Their corn corruption degraded their intelligence, their free will, and made powerful warriors into arguably even more powerful warriors, but blunt, like frothing at the mouth psycho warriors. The World Eaters, like I mentioned in the Space Wolves, they wear their concept on their sleeve. They are angry, they want to kill things, they want to kill you, and maybe some of their friends, and that's the faction. They're red, they're mad, they're gonna run at you and cause death. If you like that, you play the World Eaters. Or you like
wait, I saw the chainsaw
at one
axes,
point,
they're
a lot better than
okay.
that. Most of Warhammer was a lot better than that. I was once a lot better than that. That was when I was in college. I didn't finish college, and neither did Angron.
Hail, Caesar. If it's not done by sunrise, I'll cut your balls off.
The Ultramarines. Allegiance, Loyalist. Primarch, Rabute Gilliman. That's how it's said. An Analyst, a Diplomat, a Blueberry Boy Scout. Single word descriptor, duty. When you see Space Marines on a box or just Space Marines in promotional material, notice how they are always colored blue. These are the blue Space Marines. These ones here, the Ultramarines, who hail from the world of Macrog with their Primarch, Rabute Gorilla Man. Ultramarines are the white bread of Space Marines, the grilled chicken with salt and pepper. This is by no means an insult. They are plain Jane, but that's also because they are so goddamn good at their job. Their skill for warfare is paramount, but so is their ability for leadership. leadership. Guilliman for a while was a damn boring Primarch for all the reasons he was great, because no matter how hard you try, you don't win a war without logistics, without supply lines, without trade routes, without infrastructure and economy. You don't win anything without all that stuff, and Guilliman knows it, which is why he has one of the largest standing empires in the Imperium, named Ultramar, which is why his sons are the most recognizable of all the Space Marines, which is why the only thing that rivals the weight of their victories is the weight of their egos.
So these are the guys that like don't just do war, but they do politics, it sounds like.
They are good at everything and bad at nothing. They are great at everything. Other legions can do other things better than them, but they are good at everything. The most interesting thing about the Ultramarines is their characters, as they are all now inflicted with various amounts of ultra depression for many reasons. Guilliman is, at the time of recording, the only playable Primarch currently on the tabletop, and the only one that has returned to the 41st millennium for the Loyalist side. He took one look at what his empire has become and immediately wanted to fucking die.
Wait, so he's like the only like demigod, like daddy guy that you could play? Am I following this? Because those what are they called? The Primarchs. Those are like, they said like the daddies of the legions, right? So he's the only. I mean, that seems like that would give you a huge advantage. That doesn't seem very fair, right? Somebody in the comments, please tell me, like, is that fair if your legion can play a like demigod kind of guy and like nobody else can?
Forced to lead everything he once hated, an Imperium rotten to its core with his sole responsibility to save it, is kind of what makes him interesting. They are a perfectly standard legion with perfectly standard ideals, and great if you want a simple, clean slate.
Uh-oh, stinky, funny poop, poop funny, woo!
Wait, that guy kind of looks like the Warframe guy. Oh gosh, I didn't play that Prime, but the Vor guy. Yeah, the Vor guy. It kind of looks similar because they're like both green and stuff.
Death Guard. Allegiance, Heretic. Primarch, Mortarion. A Reaper, a Poison, an ungodly stench.
Yeah, this is like the Vor guy.
Rot. The Death Guard hail from Barbaros, with the Primarch Mortarion. The 14th Legion.
How many of these planets blew up? This is not the first or the second time he said that. How many of these like homelands have just blown up? Please let me know.
Were known for their incredible resilience to damage.
That's a lot of damage.
Where the Imperial Fists were defensive thanks to tactics and posturing, the Death Guard were resilient because they could take a punch or a gut shot or a cannon to the chest and just keep on moving. They are slow, yet they are resistant, which was only confounded as a Death Guard captain, Typhus, codename Dickhead, sold them out to Nurgle, god of rot and decay. Now, the Death Guard are a Nurgle-worshipping infected legion whose ability to feel pain and take damage has all but just gone away. They wade through gunfire, able to kill normal Marines 10 times over and continue unharmed, all while spreading rot and disease in the name of their dark, very stinky master. Where the Death Guard enter, plague spreads. People get sick and they die. They spread debilitating disease to all around them. Why would a legion need to be anything more than very tanky when their enemies are falling over, puking, firing out of both ends, and having their skin peel off just by their presence? Entire worlds infested with a zombie rot, swarms of insects that eat flesh and metal alike, all while the legion advances slowly.
I don't like this one.
Allowing the disease they spread to take its toll before they reap the lives they believe belong to them. And look at Mortarion's model, dude. The man is baller as fuck. A gigantic moth with a gigantic scythe. Come on now. The Death Guard.
For my next trick! I'm gonna fucking kill myself.
The Thousand Sons. Allegiance, Heretic. Primarch, Magnus the Red. A scholar.
What? Why does he have horns coming out of his titties? That looks really fucking dumb.
Sorcerer, a fucking nerd. Single word descriptor? magic. The Thousand Sons hail from their homeworld of Prospero, with their Primarch Magnus the Red. The final of our 4 major Chaos God factions, the Thousand Sons are disciples of Tzeentch, the Changer of Ways. Heavily inspired by their Egyptian theming, the Legion themselves are slaves to the god of trickery and change, most of them no longer even having a physical form, reduced to just dust, piloting suits of armor at the whim of a sorcerer leader. The Thousand Sons do not deserve their fate. There's a common joke that Magnus did nothing wrong. This is untrue. He has done much wrong. However, he is very sympathetic, mainly because the Space Wolves and Leman Russ sought to end their rivalry through the annihilation of their legion, escaping only through the assistance of the Changer of Ways, and forever changed because of it. Meanwhile, magic is their main tool. Take some Lovecraftian style abilities, the eyes everywhere, and potent spells to be cast at their foes, whether these are bolts of psychic lightning, reversing time itself, opening up portals to unreality, or changing the very fabric of the universe. The Thousand Sons sorcery knows no bounds, and they are very good at it. If you're a fan of like wizards, your classic style of spellcaster, and you want a ton of them, combined with a tragic backstory and a Primarch who, like Mortarion, looks fucking baller, the Thousand Sons are for you.
You fucking asshole! There's no way, you're a fucking cheater. You're such a sore loser. You're a cheater. My dad works at Nintendo!
The Sons of Horus, or the Luna Wolves, or the Black Legion. Allegiance, heretic. Primarch, Horus, a warlord, a treasured friend, or the traitor himself. Single word descriptor, assault. The Sons of Horus are the formal name of Horus's legion, hailing from the world of Chthoniya. The Sons of Horus themselves were assault troops. The strength of their attack was some of the most powerful in the legions. While the White Scars may favor speed for their strikes, the Sons of Horus were known for their overall offensive power. It was even said that if the Sons of Horus met the Imperial Fists, they would be at a stalemate for eternity. However, the Sons of Horus...
Okay, just so that I'm following, the Imperial Fists are the guys with the big shields that are very durable, right?
...are no longer, because, well...
I think so.
They are now instead the Black Legion, led by Abaddon the Despoiler, who claims to succeed where his father failed. The Black Legion are still an offensive and assault-based force, but they act much like the Ultramarines, but for chaos. Your standard black and brass Space Marine, who are known for recruiting in all different kinds of avenues. Anyone can become a member of the Black Legion. Anyone can swear allegiance to the War Master. You gain favored by not just one, but all 4 gods equally. Their famous line, "Let the galaxy burn," is the best way to describe them. It doesn't matter.
Okay, should I learn about the gods next? Because I don't know anything about them. And I'm assuming there's like, it's like D&D probably. So there's like neutral, there's lawful, there's evil, there's chaotic, there's good, right? Like, is that how this works?
Matter what the outcome is, so long as the Imperium dies, the Black Legion has done its job. They are a legion formed from hatred and spite, with a clear goal in mind, as the Dark Gods are calling, and the Black Legion are sure to answer.
Hello. Do you have a moment to talk about our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ?
No.
It wasn't fucking optional!
The Word Bearers. Allegiance, heretic. Primarch, Lorgar Aurelian, a preacher, a fanatic, a choir boy. Single word descriptor, zeal. If the Black Legion answer the call of the Dark Gods, what if instead you decide to call the gods first? Well, then the Word Bearers are for you. The 17th Legion, led by Primarch Lorgar on the planet of Colchis. Originally obsessed with worshiping the Emperor of Mankind as a god, they found that despite his divinity, he was not worthy of worship because, you know, he razed their equivalent of Jerusalem to the ground for daring to worship him. Like, could you imagine if God actually showed up and was just like, Jerusalem is stupid, it just destroyed the whole thing? Like, what would that do to your head? But there are gods that want worship and will reward those who do. The Word Bearers are chaos worshippers to a T. All Chaos Gods. They specialize in demonic rituals, the summoning of demons, and the mutual possession of their own troops. They welcome demons to their bodies to fight as one. They exalt the dark gods themselves for aid, and guess what? They answer. In the world of 40K, Satan doesn't just call you back. He hops in his GT Mustang and he crashes on your couch. In the world of 40K, your rituals will end with genuine results. The word bearers know this. They know through sacrifices, through devotion, through dark baptism, the gods will answer and they will be rewarded. So they use it. They bring forth demons.
Right, so
they bring
they're
forth
crazy.
possessions. They bring forth the power of the neverborn, the damned, and those that hide in the
They're like
dark to
cultists.
bear against the Imperium. Lorgar sits there, smiling, as the truth he always knew, the existence of gods and the importance of faith is a reality. And it is a tool he is using to rend the galaxy.
Dear Sir Stroke Madam, fire! Exclamation mark. Fire! Exclamation mark. Help me!
The Salamanders. Allegiance, Loyalist. Primarch, Vulcan. A Forge Master. A Behemoth.
Yeah,
A
these guys
very
look like
huggy
reptiles.
boy. Single word descriptor? Fire. The Salamanders hail from Nocturne, a volcanic planet home to their Primarch Vulcan. They are the largest of the Space Marines, not due to numbers, but rather size. Vulcan, he is an enormous slab of beef, by far the largest of all the Primarchs.
Okay, I have a question in the most respectful way possible. Is this the only Legion with black guys? Because this is the first black guy we've seen. We've seen white guys. We've seen Mongolian guys. This is the first. I'm just curious. It's probably not important, but I am curious. Like, are these legions racially segregated? Like, also, where's the fucking ladies? Where's all the ladies? Yeah, please tell me.
However, don't let his size fool you, as he is also the kindest. Salamanders have the juxtaposition of looking frightening, being larger than other Marines, while also boasting an ashy, like coal color skin and blazing red eyes, while simultaneously carrying around all manner of flame weaponry. So your average civilian might be spooked, but in reality, they are by far the kindest of all the legions to those civilians. Vulcan
really cute,
believes that to
though.
safeguard the Imperium is to, at the end of the day, safeguard its people. So unlike other legions who put their lives far and above the average human, the Salamanders spend significantly more time trying to save them, often taking numerous losses
like
by doing so.
that.
They are very independent as well. They're forgers and blacksmiths, maintaining their own weapons and crafting versions of it. They also have the very rare privilege of being able to see their families even after becoming a Space Marine. They care, which is the funny part, because the 7.5 foot tall giant with flaming red eyes who just reduced a traitor to bubbling metal says, "You have nothing to fear, young citizen. Take my hand." If you enjoy fire, melting things, and being the nicer of the Marines, Salamanders are for you.
Okay, I think I like salamanders.
Saga, sneak attacks don't work if you yell it
These
out
are the
loud.
The
rogues.
Raven Guard. Allegiance, Loyalist. Primarch, Corvus Corax. A raven, a shadow, an industrial dance
These are the
DJ.
emo
Single word
boys.
descriptor, stealth. The Raven Guard are the final Loyalist Legion at 19 and hail from the planet Deliverance with Primarch Corvus Corax. If it hasn't been made clear enough already, the Raven Guard are stealth specialists and proficient in all manners of assassination. Despite this, their signature
they're the
wing,
rogues.
jump pack, and double lightning claw look is, well, not very stealthy. They are named after, of course, the Raven and embody the entire concept of it as a herald of death. They are stealthy, patient hunters that have no problem with waiting and waiting and waiting until the moment to strike is at hand. It's not easy being a stealth faction when your stealth involves people in 1 ton of power armor, but they find a way. That more than
That's a good
anything, it should not be
point,
used
too.
to show how ridiculous 40K is. even though it is, but rather to show how good the Raven Guard are at their jobs. It's not about them sneaking around you without being seen, but it's also about them having lied in wait for so long that it wasn't until they were in striking distance that you even realized they had been there. And also, if you want, edgelord Marines with a long black haircut, pale skin, ravens everywhere, if you want to field assassins and snipers abound, then the Raven Guard are for you.
He could be in this very room. He could be you. It could be me. He could even be... Whoa, whoa, whoa! Oh, what? It was obvious.
The Alpha Legion. Allegiance? Heretic. Primarch? Alfarius and Omegon. Saboteurs, destabilizers, they're in your walls. Single word descriptor, espionage. Finally, the 20th Legion, the Alpha Legion, led by Alfarius and Omegon. The only
Wait, does Omegon get jealous because Alfarius named it the Alpha Legion and not the Omega Legion? That's a little sus.
Legion to have two Primarchs who were split as twins. The Alpha Legion are heretical.
Oh shit.
We think and specialize in destabilization of society and armies. Their entire shtick is the Hydra, because when you cut off one head, two more take its place. All of the Alpha Legion look exactly like their Primarch. Olive skin, shaved head. All claim to be Alfarius. All are liars. They make the largest use of sleeper cells and cultists in the Chaos Space Marine factions because it's extremely easy to take over a planet when you've
poisoned our water supply, burned our crops, and delivered a plague unto our houses.
Where the Raven Guard use stealth and sabotage to eliminate their enemies, the Alpha Legion prefer to weaken them over time with sleeper agents, impersonations, basically anything you can imagine from a hardcore spy movie or Cold War level espionage. Being Alfarius is not only an honor, being Alfarius is a requirement. There's a story of someone chasing down an Alpha Legion agent for years upon years, and when they finally catch up with them and they see them, they see that the agent is wearing the same face as their pursuer, because this was the plan all along, to kill him and take his spot. We're talking facial reconstruction surgery, we're talking hacking, we're talking political assassination and impersonation, everything. They are Space Marines.
These are the lawful evil guys.
Only, because being a strong stoic warrior is not what the Alpha Legion is interested in. In fact, the Alpha Legion is interested in you not even knowing that the Alpha Legion is a thing. I am Alfarius. You are Alfarius. We are all Alfarius in his Lord's glorious army. Thank you everyone so much for watching.
Right. I feel like I've learned a lot, but I also feel like I'm still a little confused about things. So if you guys want to see more Warhammer content, please just let me know in the comments and I will learn more. I hope that you have a fantastic day and I'll see you tomorrow.